All right, today we are talking about writing is art. Okay, so that has always been what we've talked about with writing, is that it is an art form. It is a form of self-expression. And okay, let me first say we have all of our grammar and all of our punctuation and all of our spelling rules and things of that nature, and we should know them and follow them.
Yeah.
But they are wonderful and they're broken. It's a glorious thing.
Yeah.
I'm not talking, actually, no, like not spelling. Like
No, you should-
spelling's like
right?
not, no, spelling should never be broken. I mean, making up new words is really
Yeah.
fun, but not actually like
Like-
spelling things wrong.
Yeah.
That's not acceptable. And punctuation should pretty much kind of.
Yeah, like every sentence should end with a period.
Yeah.
And there should be like capital letters at the beginning of
Yeah.
sentences.
And you actually do have to know what you're doing before you're allowed to break the rules. Like just spouting off this random stuff and not having any format whatsoever. That's not what we're talking about whenever we say that writing is art. I just want to get that out there. I like, paragraphs and complete sentences and all of those fun things.
What about sentence fragments, huh?
Actually, sentence fragments can be, when used sparingly and just right, they can just be just like the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
So
mostly complete sentences.
yes, sentence fragments, when properly used, can be a beautiful thing. Absolutely beautiful. Like, I'm trying to think, it's
The artistic smudge.
exactly, or like the cherry on top. Whenever you've got this, beautiful story, and like then it's just like, this one sentence fragment just, it's like that. It's so beautiful.
But not like, but it's like the opposite effect. If you've got these beautiful sentences and then you throw in a semicolon.
Oh, semicolons? Okay. If anybody ever sends me work with semicolons, you know what I do with them?
Delete them.
Delete.
Yeah.
Hate semicolons in fiction. Okay, semicolons are good in, I think they're more useful in nonfiction.
Yeah.
But whenever somebody sends me a manuscript and I see a semicolon, I don't know, there's like this thing that flares up inside of me and I can't hit the delete key fast enough.
Yeah. According to her, the villain of my first novel was a semicolon.
Yes. I forgot about that.
Yes. I love the book, except for the evil semicolons destroying it.
Yes. Yes, she had a villainous semicolon all throughout the entire story.
And
And
like, why did you kill that one off?
I killed it.
I know.
I killed it with,
And then I took dashes instead.
yes, I love dashes.
Me
I
too.
love them. They're beautiful. They're so much more aesthetically pleasing.
Oh. And draws the eye right along.
Yes,
horizontally
exactly.
along the sentence instead of going stop.
A
This is
semicolon
like
is a
stutter.
a stutter. There you go. Okay, so there you go. A semicolon is a stutter in fiction. Don't use them, please. Please don't use them.
It's a please.
Please. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm not even saying, sometimes grammatically it's correct. But anything that I publish or anything that I see or that I'm looking at, I'm gonna delete them. I don't care who you are. Sorry. They're evil. Yeah, it's a stutter. Yes, EM dashes are they're lovely. They're just
They're almost musical. Apparently.
yes, musical. Okay, so that's another thing. All right, you made an excellent point. Beautiful point. Score. Yes, 50 gold stars to Abigail. We're talking about writing being art. Well, music. It's the same thing. You have this, it's musical expression. Writing a novel is the same thing. Even it doesn't have to be a novel, by the way. Short stories. It's like this
Flash fiction.
yes, writing, a piece of writing it's a musical piece. It's a painting. It's, oh my goodness, why don't people understand this? It is not this like structural thing. Even nonfiction, like if you're talking about, a lot of like self-help books and stuff. Yes, they tend to be a little more rigid and a little more because you're making a point, you're like, here, this is how you do this, this is how you do that, da 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 da. And that's fine though, but it can still be this beautiful piece when you're done with it.
Well, it's like a reference picture for like wild
Yeah,
animals and
charts.
stuff.
No,
Like charts.
like the charts and graphs and like graphics, like, okay, oh my goodness. Oh, what are they called? The stupid things. I love them. What are they called? Why can't I can't think of the word. The pictures, the reference pictures. Oh my goodness, somebody's gonna smack me whenever they say this because I'm like, hey, you idiot. They're like sitting here yelling at me. They're like graphic charts, the things. Oh my goodness.
You're making this really difficult. What's the context?
Like on, like say you have a blog post on, SEO. No. Anyway, you have like a blog post on, you're talking all about SEO, and then you put it in a picture format.
Okay.
And yeah, there's people yelling at this, going, "You idiot!" And
Okay.
I can hear.
But yeah, that's like
already
the difference between fiction and nonfiction though.
Yes, it's the yeah. So nonfiction though, even you graphs and charts and things like that, and they can be beautiful.
Very
Yeah,
artistic.
I got totally off on a tangent there. I'm so sorry. Okay, so and we wanted to talk about, we have 3 author examples that I think are quite fitting. So, all right, this one author who is absolutely fantastic. So his writing, he does writing for like a newspaper and stuff like that. He has sports writing. And he wrote some short stories in a collection of books. And short stories are in a collection of book. Oh my goodness.
Short stories collected in a book.
A short story collection. And we put it in a book.
That you can read. It's got like flip one and then it's like words on the pages. We're not going like crazy artistic with like you open the book and it's a hologram or whatever.
I'm sure that's coming soon, but we'll talk to.
I mean, we've already got Kindles.
Yeah, I'm sure that's next. But okay, so for his short stories, the way that his writing is, it's all of his writing is so perfect. Every word is so punctuate, and I mean everything is clear, concise, and it hits you like everything that, like the whole entire story. It's just every word, like it hits you, really impactful. And I don't even know if that's a word. Sorry.
Yeah, no unnecessary words.
Yes, there's like nothing unnecessary. It's just straight to the point. And I mean, it's full of suspense and, fear, and you're like, oh my goodness, while you're reading it, and this and that and other. That's, all of those elements are there, but it's very and very punctuate and really well written. And so that's like his style. And then we have another author who, like his style, he pours it out, and he puts himself into the story. Like you can see, like he is in the story, like you can tell that the type of person that he is and who he is by his story. And it's not just in one character that represents him or anything, and he doesn't do it intentionally. That's half of it. It's
all
it's
the characters
not,
are individual people too. So.
yeah, and it's not intentional. And all the characters, they're individual people, but his writing, his style of writing, and his writing, it's all clear and concise, and no unnecessary words, or it's not flourishy or anything like that either. Mm-hmm. But in his stories, they're just he is in like every bit of it. Mm-hmm. And so that's his style, and it's just as good a quality as the other, and it's just different. Yeah. And then we have another author who the way that he writes, he puts everything into the characters. Yeah. Like it's, and the idea, it's like a world around you know,
Yeah, his writing style makes you think like a very ornamental kind of like,
yeah,
but
but no
extravagant,
excessive,
not
yeah, no
not
excessive
excessive.
words or
It's
anything
just
like
like
that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's like wachoo.
it's almost like a sneeze, but it's a
Wachoo. No,
fancy
okay.
sneeze.
Except no, like. Is that better? I don't
Okay.
know.
I mean, if you're
I gotta get better at my sound effects, I guess.
If you're gonna categorize these as painting styles, what would you say? Like the first one, maybe like, would it be like draft drawing, like
No.
pen?
Architectural
Oh, architecture.
architecture drawing.
Mhm.
That's how I would describe. Okay, the first one. It's like, you know, the drawing of like buildings and architecture and how the
Yeah.
lines are all straight and perspective is perfect. I love perspective. I know. I
I
love
love it.
perspective. It's oh
And
my
then
goodness.
like especially Gothic structures where
Yeah.
you do all the windows and the
Yes,
arches and
absolutely.
beautiful.
Okay, so like Gregg's would be like, yeah, the architectural style. And then, I don't know, the other,
Maybe like a thinking
like
like
a beach scene, but that's not. But okay, maybe, I'm trying to think.
maybe
the
like
right style.
Edouard Monet. Like,
No,
not quite. I'm thinking like the water lily
That's-
pictures.
yeah, almost Monet.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
That's what I'm thinking, like the oils and like the
but,
some water.
I mean, but realism,
Yeah, it's painting.
but more realism, but yeah, like, yeah, okay, and then the other would be like,
So far, I
like the
haven't been-
fantasy drawings, like the, you know, of course, it's also his genre too, so that helps.
Yeah. But it's
So,
more like Alan Aldridge.
yes, there you go,
Yeah.
yes, like,
If there were illustrations in the book, they would have to be that.
yes, exactly, which he did, that you just got me an idea, yes.
I think I know what it is.
Ooh, yes, we have an up and coming illustrator who is really, really incredibly talented. So those are different writing styles. That's the whole point here. There is actually a point. The point is that each style of writing is the author's expression, what they are expressing.
Just like painters.
Just like a painting.
It's really awful trying to read a book by Picasso.
Okay.
I actually never read anything that Picasso wrote.
No, because there are authors that write like Picasso. And it doesn't really translate all that great into stories.
Not really. It's
It's
kind of just like all over the place.
That's where you got your flashbacks and your flash sideways and your, I think.
You got the
something
Wonka
that-
Bear going around beside you.
Or like the Chevy Chase movie, the Funny Farm, where she's reading, she's like, there was a flash sideways. What's going on? Yeah. Yeah, like.
I mean,
that.
some of them, they're very successful. They do it well, but
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah, it can be done.
yeah,
It
I can.
We've read a lot
I
of
mean,
books.
obviously Picasso was a person and stuff.
So anyways, that's how we look at writing. That's how we see it. That's our perspective, is that it's, writing is an art form. And that's what all of this is about. And what we want people to do with their books is, whenever you're writing a novel, no matter what it is that you're writing, that's why I said in the previous episode, is whenever you're writing, just pour yourself out into it.
Mhm.
Just pour it out, just spill whatever it is that you want to say, whether it's a world that you want to create, whether it's a story you want to tell about a character, whether you just want it to be entertaining, no matter what it is that you want to write, whatever your wonderful, brilliant idea is, it's yours and yours alone.
Mhm.
And how you pour it out onto the pages is your personal expression. And that's another thing too. Speaking of paintings, in the comparison with paintings and music, my goodness gracious, people are like, oh, should I even bother writing a book? Because there's so many, because it's not original, and there are so many books and blah, 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 blah. And what if, somebody else already made something similar, and this and that and the other? You know what? How many artists are putting out new songs every single day?
Yeah, really.
How many painters are painting every single day? Art.
Hey, how
Yeah.
many paintings have you seen of a sunrise?
Exactly. There you go. Thank you. How many sunrise paintings have you seen?
Or sunset?
Billions. Sunrise, sunset, birds, animals.
Heck, I've seen at least 5 different ones of a tomato.
Yeah, really. Really. And it's the same with writing. So we really and truly encourage you, if you have a writing idea, you have a story idea, whether it's fiction or whether it is, nonfiction, no matter what it is, you should write it. And just whenever you're writing it, just pour it out. And then we go back and we clean it up. And then we put it into structures like pages and things like we kind of pull it all together, and then you can format it and put it in chapters and whatever it is, outline you need to do, and go back and fix the characters, or make sure all your stuff lines up.
Yeah.
But it's the pouring out of it to getting it onto paper that's required first. And because it is an art form, it's your self-expression, and nobody has your perspective, nobody has your experiences. You're you. Everybody is unique. I mean, everybody is. Well, we don't want to go off on that tangent.
No.
But everybody's the same.
Future.
Everybody is the same, and everybody is unique. Nobody is special. Nobody is special, but everyone is unique. That's my little saying. So, I don't feel that anybody is special, but I feel that everyone is unique. Okay, it's not even that I feel it; it's a fact because I said it. So, whatever. We'll just go with that. Because that's really the way I am. And if you don't like my obnoxiousness and my attitude, then
you kind of
you're not going to enjoy this show, because whatever my opinions are facts. So I'm not quite that bad. Okay, sometimes I am. Right?
Sometimes.
Sometimes it's that bad.
Most of the time though, she's open to other suggestions, as long as they fall in line with the facts.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is okay, I also I love all people. We were talking yesterday about the community and stuff like that. That's we want to open this up to people, to everybody. I don't want
community isn't just one set of people,
right.
It's people from all different places,
all different backgrounds, no matter who you are.
Exactly.
You're you're part of everything. Everybody's part of everything. We're all in this together.
Yeah.
And so whenever it comes to writing in books, be yourself, express yourself, and pour it all out.
It's like painting.
And be a painter. Do we have any painting? Do you have anything to add?
No.
Nothing whatsoever.
Just trying to listen to you guys.
Today Elsa is just sitting here drinking coffee and enjoying herself with
Coffee.
So I mean, that's what, a lot of times that's the way Elsa is. She also likes to sit and be quiet, and whenever she does have something to say, though, she's really obnoxious.
Well, then we can't get her to shut up.
And then we can't get her to shut up. But yeah, it is generally, I guess, us too that we end up doing that.
We need her for moral support.
Yeah. She makes a good prop too, isn't she? Lovely prop.
The prettiest one we have.
Yeah. I wouldn't say the prettiest. I mean, you guys are all, Laura over here too, saying
well, she's not exactly being a prop though. She's
we'll have her come in for being.
Maybe tomorrow we'll just have her stand there next to us.
Yeah, she can stand next to us, so you guys can both be props. Okay, so anyways. Yes, we're teasing on and on.
Oh yeah, we're always.
We tease each other. Yes,
so.
all the time. That's what we live for.
Yeah.
So.
And if anybody's in the audience and they're like, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe they're being so mean to her," I mean, you should just.
We're actually
any other
really
day
nice.
or any other, yeah.
No, we do. We joke around. We tease everybody, and we just do. We have fun. That's
it's very rare that I
life
can do this get hurt.
Yeah, life is about having fun, and I'm not saying having fun, like blowing off life. I'm not even,
No.
oh my goodness. Every time I say something, I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I just said that. I have to go back and fix what I just said because I didn't mean it that way.
You're just
But-
pouring it out and go back.
Yeah, exactly. See, I'm pouring it out and I'm going back and editing.
Yeah, but in your editing, make sure not to ramble and go off on a different tangent.
I do terribly.
Yeah,
We know that.
your story plot line is a little like this.
Yes. Yes. One of my favorite memes is, something goes wrong in life, just yell plot twist and carry on. Something to that effect. I don't remember exactly what it was.
I see it all the time.
But we are also in this video, we're going to post. We talked about 3 different authors, and we do want to make sure that you know who they are if you're interested in them or not.
Yeah.
We're not trying to, really promote or anything like that, but these are indie authors. And if you are interested in reading their works, because they, like I said, they have different styles and they're absolutely fantastic. We'll put, they're all equally good writers.
It's your homework.
Well, it could be, you could use it as homework.
If you want to do homework.
If you want to do homework, yeah, if you want to do it, look at it that way, it could be research.
Mhm.
Excuse to buy books.
Books are research.
Oh, it's an excuse
All
to
you
buy
writers
books
out there.
for research. So you can always say, whenever, if you're like the kind of people that go to the bookstore like we do, and you're like, well, I shouldn't buy any more books. I really should.
But it's for science.
But aha, this is now for a study. It's for scientific research study. I have to buy it so that I can understand what they're talking about in the show.
Yeah.
And so that I can learn something. So if you want to, the very first book we were talking about is called The Valley of American Shadow by Gregg Voss. And the second book we were talking about is called Fool Me Twice by Spencer Adams, and it's actually yeah, that'll be out soon.
It's actually,
And the third book we were talking about is called The Magician's Sin by Alexander Thomas.
Mhm.
And they are all so the second one starts Fool Me Twice, Spencer Lane Adams. So if you want to be able to see the difference, they're all equally good writers. The quality is fantastic.
Yeah, and the stories are amazing.
The stories are amazing, and they're all different. And
Yeah.
they're all.
Yeah, we don't have a genre, by the way. We just-
Oh no, we don't have a preferred.
Preference.
Yeah, we don't have a preferred genre.
Yeah.
These are actually, so Valley of American Shadow, I mean, it's a short story collection, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Thriller,
And suspense and just
weirdness.
Yes, it's amazing. There's an amazing collection of short stories. I can't wait to see more from him.
Mhm.
And the second one is Fool Me Twice, Spencer Adams. That one is Spencer Lane Adams. It is okay, so it's like the movie Red.
Yeah.
You guys like the movie Red? I mean, it's that
Action,
good. Yeah,
suspense,
really, really good.
And then
it's funny.
wholesome and funny, and
Yes.
wouldn't
Fantastic.
recommend not children reading wholesome,
No,
but
no,
it's
not
got
child appropriate wholesome.
it's got a lot of heart.
Yeah, it's thank you. That's the best way to put it. And then Magician's Sin by Alexander Thomas. It is incredible. The characters that he has in there, I mean, they're
Mythology. If you like supernatural and then like Greek mythology and some like weird stuff
and strong
and
characters.
and
I
strong
mean,
characters.
Yeah,
It's
one of our favorite books. So anyway, these are 3 of our favorite books. So we will list them in the description.
if you want to do research, support indie authors, and sample these wonderful different styles.
And we get nothing out of this. We're just telling you about some great authors that we like to
we're not,
and maybe someday if you have a book and you're like, hey, I would like you to read this, you can feel free to send it to us. And
we gotta come up with some kind of like rating
Yeah.
system. We'll be like, this one's, well, I'll give this one 2 highlighters.
Wouldn't that be a negative thing though?
I don't know.
I mean, I would say like something more positive, like,
The highlighters is just the first thing I saw.
okay, highlighters makes me think of needs correction.
That's what I said too.
Oh, too. So anyway, what we mean is in the future, one of the things we're gonna be doing, we will be doing some book reviews and things like that. So you'll be able to send us, and anybody that we know or that we, you know, anybody that we have worked with and that we support everybody, okay? Let's put it that way. We support people. We support people. These are all self-published authors. And we support this. So, and well, the one is from a small publishing company, which is basically, it's a, you know, we support small publishing companies too.
Oh, yeah.
So anybody in the future who wants to have books, you want us to look at your books and stuff, we'd be more than happy to say, you know, give a shout out. Because that's more what it's about, is we just want to support everybody.
Yeah.
We don't get anything out of it.
We're not saying we don't support traditionally published authors. We're just saying we more support indie authors and self-published authors.
Yes,
So anybody out there who's traditionally published, don't feel bad.
No, if you have a traditionally published book and, you know, you just want to, you know, throw out a little extra, you like, oh, hey, you know, this book, you know, or, oh, I read one of the books that you recommended and I thought that, you know, you might like my book because it's similar, or, you know, something like
Yeah,
that.
that's fine.
Or if you're like, oh, I wanted to point out this one thing about my book that's unique. Would you mind, you know, maybe reading it and, you know, maybe mention it on your show? Whatever.
Yeah, would you like to compare this book to an author? I hope it's not like Picasso.
Yes. Yes, no Picasso books, please, please.
And it's like kind of,
We love, you
Jackson
know.
Pollock really either.
Okay, now you're gonna be getting into all sorts of art. And like we have artists too. If there's anybody out there who is like a you do illustrations for children's books, and we only go for unique. I mean, unique and really well done. We're not, okay. I don't know how to say that because let's see. We support people who are like individuals who have a passion in something and who are really doing this as their life. Like,
and not like unique, you're not saying like people who have two different pictures of sunrises or sunsets.
Right.
Just who are being themselves.
Yes, we support
in their art,
integrity, and you know, community. Let's see, the Instagram notification, and you know, the rising stars. You know, that's what we want. We want to see the rising stars. We want to help people who need a little extra boost, because that's what we're about. So, all right, and I think it's that about done. Do we have anything else to add? Also, I mean, you've been sitting here listening. You've been doing such a lovely job sitting there. I wasn't sure.
Best audience.
Yes, you're. I mean, so. Yeah, our little. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. Enjoy your day and thank you for joining us.
See you next time. Probably tomorrow.